Welcome back. It is important to discuss the role a design manager plays in construction project teams. Design management is defined as an essential tool within any contracting organization, which helps to manage the process that involves the appointments of specialist subcontractors, the overseeing of design development, obtaining relevant statutory approvals from local authorities, and arranging design deliverables on time in order to meet the master construction program. As an introduction, we will look at the different types of construction projects that design manager might find themselves working on. The procurement route has a direct impact on the nature of the work and the specific tasks and duties to be performed by a design or technical manager. The first is the traditional form of procurement. The advantage here is efficient cost and quality assurance at possibly the expense of time and perhaps also cost due to wasted time and abortive design and tendering works. The second is construction management and management contracting, which has the advantage of time and quality at perhaps the expense of wasted cost. And finally, there is the design-build procurement route, where the benefits are cost and speed at the possible expense of design quality and design control. Traditional procurement. With traditional construction contracts, design, pricing, and construction tasks are distinct, and activities and roles are separated one from the other. Design managers working on large, high-spec or prestigious traditional schemes might work for contractors, but they are more likely to represent the clients, design consultants, or suppliers when it comes to traditional forms of procurement. Contractor-led procurement. There has been a surge in design-build forms of procurement in the United Kingdom because of a response to increased construction complexity and the emergence of further specialized materials and methods, and, more importantly, changes to design responsibility and risk. Contractor-led design-build contractors often employ design managers to help deliver, coordinate, and monitor the design portion of the works. At an operational level, design management forms the interface between the designers and the construction team. In terms of design production, we get drawings, specifications, calculations, strategies, and reports from the architectural and engineering consultants. And the design manager coordinates this data with the subcontract packages which are bought by the main contractor and which includes specialized design fabrication drawings and technical submittals. This diagram represents the way the design management function often links all the parties together, the construction, commercial team, with the designers as well as the investor or client. This is a list of the duties that a delivery or pre-construction design manager will undertake when working on a live construction project. First, they review and distribute the technical submittals produced by the subcontractors, who in turn produce the manufacturing and fabrication drawings and specifications and calculations, which are approved by the design team and the design manager. Secondly, they facilitate the delivery of the design and manage the quality of any samples and mock-ups which are presented to clients and the planning authorities. We have already discussed that the design manager often becomes the central hub on a building site, liaising with everyone from the investor and the planning authority to the painter and decorator on site. They also work very closely with the commercial team and the surveyors to collate drawings and specifications for procurement of the important subcontract works. And on a daily basis, design and technical managers will respond to queries and requests for information which come in continually, and will often be asked questions about materials and methods and help resolve any clashes on site by troubleshooting with the build team. Obviously, an important part of the design manager's job is to scrupulously assess the hands-on constructability of the details and building systems being proposed by the design team, particularly during the concept, schematic stage and spatial coordination stages of design development. The early design information may not be practical or cost-effective, and the operations team responsible for the build will need to ensure that the development can be built with ease and efficiency. A timely check on buildability during the very early negotiation and resolution stages can also reduce any undue delays to the construction program during the project execution phase. Constructability of design details. Sketches such as those on the left-hand side can be produced during workshops with designers and subcontractors, often drawn up by design managers who might have an architectural or engineering background and training. And then details such as these can then be discussed with the build team and checked for viability by the commercial manager if there are any significant deviations from the agreed contract drawings, particularly on a design-build contract. Then these proposals have to be accepted by the professional design team upon their own internal review, and if they're happy with the recommendation being put forward by D&B contractor, they will produce drawings, such as those on the far right-hand side, incorporating these sketch proposals into their master design. In this way, the development of the technical drawings is often a joint effort on design-build schemes, with the design manager toing and froing between the various contributors to the design. This diagram by John Enyon, which represents the design manager's place within the construction team, is based on what he calls the perfect design management model. Ideally, the design management function should be given equal weight and work alongside the construction and commercial management teams, like a tripod with 3 equal legs and equal weighting. Design managers should be equally involved in all stages of decision-making and when it comes to determining strategies for executing the project. However, there are still main contractor and development teams that prioritize construction and commercial functions and might possibly sideline or underutilize the design management function. I have worked on schemes where the 3 departments are working as independent silos, where perhaps the QS might be making decisions, say, back in head office, and not communicating clearly with the production team, or, more often, as is the case, the construction and commercial managers work very closely together, meeting privately, and actually make technical decisions without including myself or other design managers. To summarize, over the past 10 or 15 years, main contractors in the UK have increasingly taken on design liability, and design managers have come on board to help integrate design information and monitor quality, particularly on design-intensive or high-end design-build projects. With any design-build contract, a client often has a lot less direct interaction with the consultants, and this is where the design manager proves useful and will often fulfill a client liaison role, as well as coordinating visits by the statutory inspectors, and can bring together the design team and the specialist suppliers and specialist subcontractors. Thanks very much for listening, as this is the end of this outline of the role of the design manager in a contractor-led construction team.